This is the Roulette Master, and you don't want to miss out on this incredible roulette system. In fact, the name of the system is the Can't Miss Roulette System by Silent Tiger. He says you will regret it if you don't watch this and play this way in the casino, because he says it is unbelievable. And I can't wait to see if he's right and see how much money we make today testing this incredible strategy. And he said he saw this on YouTube and modified it, and this is where we're at. So let's get started and see how amazing this is. We're going to start with a $10 bet on first 12, second 12, and second column, and that's a $30 total bet. The progression is genius on this one, and it's very different than what you're used to. So let's see what we get here. That is a 20 black. That's a nice $30 win to start. We'll take that for sure, and that's because we hit the column and we hit one of the first or the second 12. Let's just go ahead and spin again and see what we get here. We're going to be keeping track of how many losses we have with this one. We're not going to be increasing the bet as often as you might be used to, so that's a good thing. And now we're already up $60 after 2 spins. Let's rebet and spin, and we're going to have some break evens on this one. And I'll share with you what those are here in a second. That's a 32 red, but that's a break even right there actually. So if we hit third 12, but we hit the column, it breaks even. If we hit third column and we miss the first and second 12, it breaks even. We'll go over the rest of that as we go through though. We're up $60. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 30 red. Okay, we lost that one, so we're not going to increase the bet. We're just going to leave the bet the same and spin again, but we're going to keep track of how many losses we have. And here we go. That's a 12 red. Okay, so that's a break even, so we don't need to worry about that. We just rebet and spin, but we need to remember that we have 1 loss currently. And here we go. That's a 27 red. Okay, now we have 2 losses. So now we're going to go ahead and just rebet and spin again here. Okay, that's a 24 black. And that's a break even. So we just rebet and spin. But we remember that we have 2 losses. And here we go. Okay, that's a 30 red. Okay, so now we have 3 losses. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go up by 3 units. So we're going to go 3 units, 3 units, and 3 units. And there's going to be times with this one where we go up just 2 units. So we'll get to that in a second. Now we have a $120 total bet, and that's because we had 3 losses in a small grouping. So that's a 17 black, and that's a nice $120 win. We're back up $90. So you can see we won that one because we hit the 17 and the second 12. So let's go back to where we started at 10, 10, and 10. And let's go ahead and spin. So if we get a couple losses and then we follow that by a win, then we're going to go up by 2 units. So that is a break even there. We're up $90. But let's go through that together so that you can see what's going on. There's a lot more to this one. So this is the Can't Miss Roulette System by Silent Tiger. And that's a break even. So we'll just rebet and spin. And again, once we start having losses, if we have 2 of them and then we follow it with a win, then we're going to go up 2 units. And now we're up 60. We're going to keep track of that though. We have 1 loss now. So let's see what we get here. That's a 22 black. Okay, that's another break even. We'll just rebet and spin. We'll see if we get another loss here, or if we get a win, we don't do anything, because a win after a loss isn't going to change anything here. That's a nice $30 win. So now we're up 90 again. We stay at base level and start counting again because basically in order for us to increase the bet, you have to have at least 2 losses in a grouping. And if you have 3, we're going to also go up, but a little different. So that is a break even. We'll just rebet and spin. And here we go. So that's a 6 black. That's a break even. We'll just rebet and spin. We're currently still up 90. And let's go ahead and spin. And we'll go through all this multiple times, and so that you're ready when you take this to the casino, because he says this is one you definitely want to take there and make some money with. So you don't want to miss out on this one. So let's go ahead and spin again here. And he slightly modified this, but did see it on somewhere else on YouTube. But that's a 13 black, and that's a break even. Let's go ahead and spin. But you know, everything that that people send in, at least you know, some part of their strategy is you know, something they probably saw somewhere else. So that's a nice win there. We're up $120 now. Let's go ahead and spin. And I think that's a good thing because, you know, a lot of times you know, when I come up with a strategy, I'm coming up with little pieces of things I've seen on, you know, somewhere else. And, you know, it's good to help each other out in this search for finding the best roulette system ever. We're up $150 now. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. So once we have a loss, if it's followed by a win, we don't do anything. Okay, that's a break even. We're just going to rebet and spin. If we have two losses, and if we have two losses in a row, or say a loss and then a break even and then a loss, and then we get a win, we're going to go up 2 units. We're up $150. But if we have, say, a loss, a break even, a loss, and then another loss, we're going to go up 3 units. And that's a nice $30 win there. We're up $180. But stick around because we're going to go through all this and make sure that you're ready to bring this to the casino. So that's a 36 red. And I'll also give you some different, you know, bankrolls and starting bet amounts that you can use, you know, for people with different bankrolls. So we have one loss. We're going to keep track of that. If we have a win after this, we're not going to ever increase the bet. If we have a loss after this, or we have a break even and a loss, there's 2 losses. So now we're going to rebet and spin again here. And if we have a win before a loss, we're going to go up 2 units. But if we have a third loss, guess what we're going to do? We're going to go up 3 units. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So now we're at 120 total bet. But again, if we had two losses and then a win, then we would have gone up 2 units. And that's a break even, so we just rebet and spin. We have a 120 total bet out there, and let's see if we can hit some jackpots here, and that's a 5 red. Okay, that's a nice $120 win. We're up $210 now. We go back to base level. So we're going to go 10, 10, and 10. And let's go through that again. So again, the break-evens don't really count. So if you have a win, a loss, and then a win, or a loss and a break-even, and then a win, you don't increase the bet at all. And now we're up $240 already. But say we have a loss, a break-even, and then another loss, and then a win, we're going to go up 2 units. Okay, so we're up 240. Let's rebet and spin. But let's say we have a loss, another loss, a break-even, and then a third loss. We're going to go up 3 units. Okay, and that's a nice $30 win there. We're up $270. But remember, if we just have a loss followed by a win, we don't increase the bet at all. So it's only when you have 2 losses or 3 losses in a tight area, and that's a loss there. So we're going to keep track of that. We have 1 loss, and that's what we're keeping track of. Here we go. Okay, that's a 0 there. So now we have 2 losses. So what this means is if we have a win after this, we go up 2 units. If we have another loss before a win, we're going to go up 3 units. And that's a 12 red. Okay, that's just a break even, so it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and spin. We have 2 losses. So another loss means up 3 units. A win after this goes up 2 units. And that's a 23 red. Okay, we got the win. So we had 2 losses and then a win. We're up $240, so that means we go up 2 units instead of 3. If we had a third loss, then we would have gone up 3 units, and that's a 27 red. And there's 1 loss. So let's keep track of that, and let's spin. We'll see if we get a second loss here. If we get a win before another loss, we don't do anything. We just keep the bet the same. But that's a break even, so we'll just rebet and spin. Here we go. All right. That's a 28 black. Okay, now we have 2 losses. So Now, if we get another loss before a win, we go up 3 units. If we get a win, we go up 2 units. Okay? That's 3 losses, so we go up 3 units. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. $180 total bet now, and let's spin. Now we start counting again. That's a 16 red. So break even, we'll just rebet and spin. And this is definitely a great one for building up comp credit, especially if you're playing automated. And that's a 21 red. Okay, that's another break even. Let's go ahead and spin. And remember, when you're playing systems like this, if you're using free play on automated, you can cash out your free play really quickly with some break evens. And that's a $180 win there. So now we're up $150, and we're just going to keep the bet the same and spin again here. Let's see what we get. That's a 14 red. And that's a $180 win. So now we're up $330. We reset back to 10, 10, and 10. And then let's go ahead and spin. And the reason we stayed there for 2 is because we weren't in session profit. And that's a double zero. Okay, so that's a loss. We'll keep track of that. If we have a win before a loss, we don't do anything. If we have another loss before a win, then we keep going. But then if we get a win after that 2 losses, we go up 2 units. So let's just rebet and spin here. And we have 1 loss. So let's keep track of that. That's a 24 black. Okay, still just have 1 loss. So we'll just rebet and spin. We're going to act like the break-evens don't count. And really they don't. So that's a 29 black. Okay, another break even. We still are sitting at 1 loss. So if we get a win before a loss, we start everything over, no increase in bets. But if we get another loss before a win, that's 2 losses, we stay the same, and there's our second loss. So we stay the same and spin again. Now that we have 2 losses, if we get a third one before we have a win, we're going to go up 3 units. If we, let's see what we get here, but we got a win. So it was loss, loss, win. So that means we go up 2 units. There we go. And now we're up $300. And let's go ahead and spin. And remember, you can always cash out or reset whenever you want to. That's a 14 red, and that's a $90 win. We're up $390. So we go back to base level and spin. So again, 3 losses in a small grouping is going up 3 units. 2 losses followed by a win would go up 2 units. And then that's a break even there. Let's rebet and spin. And then 1 loss followed by a win would mean nothing changes. Don't ever increase. That's a 19 red. Okay, that's a break even. Let's rebet and spin. And here we go. Okay, that's a 12 red. Okay, that's a break even. Let's rebet and spin. Here we go. Okay, that's a 5 red. It's a $30 win. We're up $420. And let's keep it going. This is doing fantastic. The Can't Miss Roulette System by Silent Tiger. And that's a 16 red. That's a break even. We'll rebet and spin. And here we go. That's a 17 black. That should be good. That's a nice $30 win. We're up $450. We just rebet and spin. And again, if you only have 1 loss and you get a win, you just reset. You're starting over, no increase. Okay, that's a break even. We're at $450. And so far, so good with this Can't Miss Roulette system. And Silent Tiger said he's been testing this nonstop, and it's doing unbelievable. And he said you'll regret it if you don't play this one in the casino. So not only does it build up comp credit and cashes out free play, but also makes you a ton of money as well. That's a 10 black. That's a break even. Let's rebet and spin, and let's see what we get here. All right, that's a 28 black. Okay, that's a loss, so we'll keep track of that. Rebet and spin. If we get a win next, we don't change anything and we reset. That's a 36 red. But there's 2 losses, so we keep the bet the same and spin again. Now, if we get a third loss before a win, we go up 3 units. If we get a win before a loss, we go up 2 units. But we got 3 losses before we had a win. So guess what we do? We go up 3 units. Now we're at 120 total bet with the can't miss roulette system. Here we go. That's a 3 red. Okay, break even, doesn't count, so we just rebet and spin. And here we go. And basically when you increase the bet like that, you're starting over the counting process, and that's a 7 red. Another break even. Building up lots of comp credit there though. And let's see what we get here. So we started the counting process over again. That's an 18 red. Another break even. And you can see that anything that's not in the second column in the first and second 12 breaks even, and anything in the first and third column that's in third 12 breaks even. So let's go ahead and spin again here and see what we get. Okay, that's a 36 red. That's another loss. So now we have 2 losses. And we'll see what happens with this third loss. Or a win would go up 2 units. That's an 8 black. Oh, that's a nice win there. So we're up $360. So we go up 2 units. All right, and remember, anytime you want to, he said, Silent Tiger says, reset if you're happy with the profit. You don't have to keep going up. That's a break even. Let's rebet and spin. But every time you increase the bets, you start over the counting process. And that's a 28 black. Okay, there's a loss. So we'll rebet and spin. And we'll keep track of that. So here we go. We have 1 loss. That's a 21 red. Okay, break even. We'll just rebet and spin. We're currently up $180. We have 1 loss currently at this bet amount. And that's a 3 red. Another break even. Just keeping track of our 1 loss and waiting to see what happens next. And here we go. That's a 30 red. Okay, now we have 2 losses. So we rebet and spin. If we get a third loss, we go up 3 units. If we win, we go up 2 units. And that's a 13 black. Okay, we broke even, so we'll just rebet and spin, see what happens next, whether it's a win or a loss. We'll either go up 2 units or 3 units because we've already had 2 losses. Okay, so there's 3, so we go up 3 units. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you can see for the first time we're down. So now let's see how this recovers when things don't go well. That's a 2 black, that should be good. That's a $270 win. We're already back up, and we're not in session profit. So we keep the bet the same and spin again. That's a 29 black. That's a break even, so we'll just rebet and spin. We're at $270 total bet right now. This is a $2,000 bankroll system. You can also play this with a $200 bankroll and dollar units. Okay, that's a loss. So we're going to rebet and spin. And we have 1 loss. So let's see if we get another loss or if we get a win. That's a 35 black. Break even. So we just go ahead and rebet and spin. We have 1 loss currently. And let's see what we get here. That's a 25 red. There's 2 losses. So now we rebet and spin. If we get a third loss, we go up 3 units. If we get a win after 2 losses, then we go up 2 units. Okay, we haven't had either yet because that was a break even. Let's rebet and spin. We're just going to be patient and use our $2,000 bankroll to our advantage. That's a 3 red. That's a break even. Let's rebet and spin. So we'll see if we get this third loss or if we get a win. That's an 18 red. Another break even, but building up lots of comp credit, especially with these really high bets, and still have our bankroll there. That's a 7 red. Another break even. So as long as you're in first or second 12, at least you know you're not losing. So let's stay away from those high numbers here. Okay, that's a 16 red. Another break even. We'll rebet and spin. Let's see if we can keep the numbers low, and eventually we'll hit that second column. Okay, that's a 4 black. Another break even. We're getting a lot of break evens here at real high bet amounts, so we're definitely building up that comp credit right now. And that's a 32 red. All right, another break even because we hit the second column. We'll just rebet and spin. And let's see if we can get a lower number that hits that second column. There we go. That's a 2 black. That's what we needed to see. It's a $270 win. We're just going to rebet and spin. And here we go. Okay, that's a 6 black. Break even. We'll rebet and spin. See if we can get something else in that second column. And that's a 1 red. At least we know in the first and second 12, though, that we're not going to lose at... we're only going to lose if it's a high number or a 0. So here we go. That's an 11 black there. And that's a nice $270 win. Now we're back up 90. We're going to keep the bet the same and spin because we're not near session profit. So here we go. That's a 28 black. All right, so there's a loss. So we start counting those again. Let's rebet and spin. That's a 4 black. Okay, so we'll see if we get a second loss here or if we get a win. If we get a win, the bet will stay the same. If we get a loss, we'll move on to the next level. That's a 25. There's 2 losses, so now we just rebet and spin. If we get a third loss, we'll go up 3 units. If we get a win, we'll go up 2 units, and that's a 22 black. Break even. And let's spin, then we'll check our balance here. So we have 2 losses currently. And that's a 26 black. Another break even. At least we're hitting the second column when we're over there on the big numbers. 2 losses currently, and let's spin. That's a 35 black. At least that's not a loss. Let's go ahead and hopefully get some lower numbers. And if we get enough lower numbers, we'll probably get one in that second column here soon. Ooh, that's a 0 though. That's not good. So that's 3 losses. That means we go up 3 units, and we'll check our balance here. And we're definitely, this is the worst we've been so far. We're at minus 720 out of a $2,000 bankroll. So let's see if it comes back now. That's a 5 red. That's a nice $360 win. So we'll just rebet and spin because we're not in session profit. And let's see if we can get some other good low numbers. Okay, that's a break even. We'll rebet and spin. Come on, let's get a second column hit over there. And that's a 19 red. At least we're not in the third column. So we know that's a break even. And let's get 17 or 20. I like those numbers. There's some of my favorite. But at least we know that that's in the second column there, so it doesn't cost us anything. And we're building up tons of comp credit here. And just being patient till we can get something in that second column. Come on, 20. Oh, that's a 26 black. Well, at least it's in the right column. Let's rebet and spin. And we need another good hit here. That's a 23 red, and that's a good one. That's a $360 win. We're back to where we started, so let's get one more win so we can reset. There we go, 17 black. Okay, now we're back up $360. This one did amazing for a while, and then it had a few setbacks, but then it recovered. So the bankroll is key to that. Remember, if you want to bet, if you want to bet at $10 per spin like this, you need or not $10 per spin, $10 per bet, which is a $30 bet, 10, 10, and 10. You need a $2,000 bankroll. You can use dollar units with a $2,000 bankroll as well. And let me know what you think of this down in the comments. This is the Can't Miss Roulette System by Silent Tiger. And I love the search for the best roulette system every day. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. Send your systems to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. And now we have a system coming up here that's really trending on YouTube. I think you're going to absolutely love this one. So if you want to stick around for another system, we're going to start that right now. Thanks for sticking around. The system I'm about to share with you today is called Best of All Time Indestructible and is currently trending on YouTube. I think you're going to love this one. Let's get started. This is the Roulette Master, and this is the most excited I've ever been for making a video. One of my subscribers, Mark Ganon, says that not only has he found the best roulette system ever, but he's tested it with thousands of spins on European roulette and American roulette, and he says it will never lose. This is unbelievable. I cannot wait to test this out. This is called the Indestructible Low Roller Roulette System, and today we're going to put this up against another fantastic system that we usually use, that not in a low roller fashion, but today we're going to. It's the Kentucky White's 9th Street. We're going to use it with dollar bets, and I'm going to show you how to use both of these systems if you want to bet higher as well. But let's go ahead and get started first with Kentucky White's 9th Street with dollar units. So this is a fantastic roulette strategy, and here we go. Let's go ahead and get started, and I can't wait to get to the new one from Mark Ganon. This is going to be unbelievable, and he's worked on a lot of roulette systems, and he says this is by far the best, and he'll never use another system again. So, wow, I can't wait to see how amazing it is. And we're going to start. We're going to look at the last three numbers with Kentucky White's system: 12, 19, and 7, and we're going to make sure we don't put bets on those three streets. So we're just going to start on three streets. As long as we don't include those last three numbers, we're good. And let's go ahead and spin. That's a 22 black, and we lost. And with this one, you just add three more streets and leave out the 22, 12, and 29, just like that. And then we double to 12 and spin. And here we go. That's a 24 black, and we lost again. So once when we're at the level we're at now, it only takes one win. But now we're going to be at 9 streets, and we're going to leave out the 22, 24, and 12. So let's go ahead and add three more, but these ones get added in as 2 because the rest of them are already at 2, and then we double. But the difference is when we get to 9 streets, you need 2 wins to reset instead of 1. Before 9 streets, you only need 1 win to reset. And that's a 31 black, and that's a nice $12 win. So you can see there we need 2 wins. That's 1 win, and let's get number 2 right here. That's 1 red. There's our 2 wins, and we're up $9. And now we're going to do 3 streets and leave out the 1, 31, and 24. Let's do those 3 and spin. And the great thing about Kentucky White systems is the more that you lose, the better chance you have of winning the next spin, because he's always adding more numbers. And we lost there, but sometimes you'll win with the 9 numbers. And now we're going to add 3 more in and leave out the 18, 1, and 31. So let's go ahead and do that, and then double. Okay, now we're at a $12 total bet. And here we go. That's a 21 red. And that's a nice win. If you win at 18 numbers, you win more. And now you can see we're up $18, even with these dollar units. So now we're going to leave out the 1, 18, and 21. Just going to put 3 streets that don't include those 3 numbers, and then spin. And here we go. That's a 19 red. And we lost. So let's add 3 more. And we'll leave out the 19, 18, and 21. So let's go ahead and do that, and then double. And even at this level, we have 18 numbers covered, so a really good chance of hitting. That's a 29 black. And we just missed it. So again, once we go to 9 streets, it's going to take 2 wins. We're going to leave out the 29, 19, and 21. These are going to go in at $2 because the rest of them are already at 2. And then we're going to double to 36. Now we need 2 wins instead of 1 because we're at 9 streets. And that's a 33 black. That's a nice win. We need 2 of those. We're up 15. Let's go ahead and spin again. Here we go. That's a 27 red. Just missed that double 0. We got our second win, and we're up 27. So we'll pick 3 streets now that do not include the 27, 33, or 29. And then spin, and hopefully we'll get a low number here and get one of these early wins. But that's a high number, so we lost that one, but no big deal. We just add 3 more streets and leave out the 33, 27, and 30. Then we go ahead and double and spin. This is Kentucky White's 9 streets, and this is an unbelievable roulette system. And Boy, this is going to be two fantastic systems today. And we're up 36. And now we're going to leave out the 4, the 30, and the 27. And spin again. And here we go. That's a 15 black. Okay, and that's a loss. We'll add 3 more and leave out the 4, 15, and 30. Just like that. And then double to 12 and spin. And coming up, we'll go over the bankroll and everything else you need to know with this one. And that's a 3 red. And when you win with 18 numbers, like I said, you win more. Now we're up 45. So obviously the most you can make is if you win on the first one with just 9 numbers. And that happens sometimes. Now we're going to leave out the 3, 15, and 4. Just like that. And spin. And here we go. That's a 16 red. There we go. I was just talking about that. That's awesome. So now we're at 54, and we'll be on leaving out the 16, 3, and 15 now. Okay, just like that, and spin. And let's see what we get here. All right. That is a 19 red. That's a loss, so we're going to add 3 more and leave out the 3, 16, 19. Just like that, and then double. Now we have that $12 total bet out there, and if you win before the 9 streets, like right now, you just need 1 win. That's a 33 black, and we lost. So now we're getting to 9 streets, we need 2 wins, and we're going to leave out the 33, 19, and 16, and these are going in at $2. So just like that, and the reason we do that is because the rest of them are already at 2, because we doubled on the previous time when we had 18 numbers. And that's a 12 red. There we go. Now we need a second win. We're up 51. Let's rebet and spin, and here we go. And this makes a lot of money for you just using dollar units. That's pretty cool, and that's a 20 black, and we lost. So if you do lose, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and double that bet. You're going to stay at 9 streets, and then we're going to try to get 2 wins again. This is why we have the bankroll that we have. Both the systems today are going to have a $1,000 bankroll. I know that's a lot for dollar units, but that's also, and we got 1 win. Let's go for 2 here. But that's the real one of the secrets for the second system today. But there's a lot more than that, and there's our second win. So we can reset now. We're up 63. And generally, you can usually play this one with dollar units and a $400 bankroll. But since the second one's going to have a $1,000 bankroll today, we're going to give this one $1,000 today too. 9 to keep it fair, and then we're going to leave out the 9, 1, and 20. And let's go ahead and spin. But I cannot wait to get to the new one from Mark Ganon, the Indestructible, one coming up. And that's a 9 red. The Indestructible low roller, and that is a loss, so we will add 3 more. The 9, 9, and 1 will be left out. Now we're going to go ahead and double and spin, and Mark Gannon again says he's had thousands of spins on the American wheel, thousands of spins on the European wheel, and he says it's never even got close to losing its bankroll. That is nuts, and we're up 72, and let's see, we're going to leave out the 23, 9, and we'll go with the 1 since there's 2. Well, let's take that 1 out of there. Since there's 2 9s, we'll leave out the 1 also. And let's see, 23, 9, and 1. We don't want the 9 in there. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and spin. $3 total bet to start. And our 8 minutes in. That's a 31 black. Okay, that's a loss. So we will add 3 more and leave out the 31, 23, and 9. And just like that. And then we double to 12 and spin. So many people have told me how much they love this system. And this is the first time we've done it low roller version. Normally we do it with $5 units and a $2,000 bankroll. Okay, we're going to 9 now, so we'll need 2 wins now. And we're going to leave out the 31, 33, and 22. These are going in at $2. And here we go. Okay, let's go ahead and double now to 36 and spin. Now we need 2 wins. Let's get them. And that's a 14 red. There's one of them, and we're up 69, which is great for a system starting with dollar units. That's really, really good. And that's a 6 black. And there's our 2 wins. So we're up 81. We restart and we leave out the 6, 14, and 33. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. And Kentucky White, when he made this modification to 9th Street, it really opened my eyes because I love 9th Street Roulette, but I always wondered if it could be better. And this is better. We're up 90. And we're going to pick now we're going to leave out the 12, 6, and 14. Just like that, and spin. And here we go. We're 9.5 minutes in, and can't wait to see how these 2 systems end up today. This is really exciting, and we're going to add 3 more. We're going to leave out the 6, 12, and 14. So let's do that. And then we'll double to 12 and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 10 black. That's another nice win. It's great when you can get them at the 18 number level. We're up $99 now. We'll leave out the 10, 6, and 12. Oh, not that one. There we go, and spin. And I love Mark Ganon's enthusiasm about this, and especially since he's somebody that comes up with new systems all the time. For him to think this one's so much better than all of his other systems, it's got me really excited. And now we're up 108. We're going to leave out the 9, 10, and 6. And we're going to go ahead and spin. Here we go. And I'll tell you how he came up with this, because he definitely had some help along the way. But we're up 117 now. And 3, 9, and 10 is going to be left out and spin. I just love hearing from somebody that makes systems all the time, saying that, man, this one is just so much better than anything he's ever seen. So we're going to add 3 more, and that'll be coming up here soon. We'll add 3 more and leave out the 3, 9, and 11. But remember, along the way, this one right here is unbelievable as well. This is one of the ones that just everybody in the community is saying, man, that's I think that might be my favorite system. So this should be a good battle today, and we're up 126 with dollar units. That's awesome. So now we'll leave out the 3, 11, and 26. And let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 26 black. And that's a loss. And now we're going to leave out the 11, 26, and 3. And then we'll double and spin. And really the true judge of a system being better than all others is the fact that it doesn't lose as opposed to how much it wins. But there's still some that factors in there about how much it wins. But not losing is the #1 goal of everyone, obviously. And we're up 135. And now we'll leave out the 22, 26, and 11. Just like that. And spin. And let's see how this one closes out the last few minutes here. Doing fantastic with dollar units here. And that's an 11 black. And that's a loss. We're going to leave out the 11, 22, and 26. And then double to 12 and spin. All right. That's a 0. We definitely lost that one. So we will go to 9 streets. And we'll leave out the 11, 22, and 26. So let's do that. And these go in at 2, remember. And they go in at 2 because the other ones are already at 2 because we doubled in the previous step with 18 numbers. And that's a 32 red. There's 1 win, and we're up 132. Let's get win number 2 right here. That's a 3 red. And there's our second win. So we're up $144 already. That's just incredible for dollar units in such a short time. We're going to leave out the 3, 32, and 11. And then spin. And here we go. All right, that's a 14 red. All right, that's a great win there. Now we're up $153. We'll leave out the 3, 14, and 32. And let's go ahead and spin. That's a 29 black. That's a loss. Let's add 3 more in. Leave out the 3, 14, and 29. Then we double to $12 total bet here. All right, here we go. Last minute with this one. Then we'll be off to see the incredible new system from Mark Ganon. And let's go ahead now and add 9 streets in now. We'll leave out the 31, 29, and 14. And then double to 36. Now we need 2 wins. And here we go. Let's get them. That's a 5 red. It's a nice win. We're up 150, which is really incredible for dollar units in less than 15 minutes. So this is really done well pretty much every time we've tested it. And there's our second win, and we're up $162 now. And the 15 minutes is up for Kentucky White's 9th Street Roulette. Another unbelievable performance. $162 with dollar units. Again, you can usually do this system for $400 in dollar units, or if you use $5 units, you can use a $2,000 bankroll. But we went ahead and gave this one $1,000 because we wanted to keep it even with the new system of the day, which is unbelievable, and I can't wait to get into it. Thank you, Kentucky White, again as always, and now it's time for Mark Ganon's incredible new system. I can't wait to share it with you. This is going to be a lot of fun. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for the Indestructible Low Roller Roulette System by Mark Ganon, and he says that he's tested this with thousands of spins on American roulette and European, and he says it has never lost. That is ridiculous, and I can't wait to see if he's right. And this is going to be a lot of fun testing this one out, and this is going to be a low roller system. And before we get started, I'm going to tell you where he came up with this. He saw a system on the channel called the 1027, and he modified it into this system, which he says is the best he's ever seen, and he tests systems all the time. So this is going to be exciting. Let's go ahead and get started, and we're going to start with $1 on 1013 Double Street, $1 on 2225 Double Street, and $2 on second 12. That's a $4 total bet. And I'll share with you what the differences are between this and the original, and why he says it has never lost. And that's a win right there. We're up $2. We're going to rebet and spin, and we're going to keep track of our session profit with this system, which is the highest level of profit since we started, and that's going to be important. Okay, we won again there. That was a jackpot number 22. So let's go over what the jackpot numbers are. They're 13, 14, 15, 22, 23, 24. So we're already up $10, and let's go ahead and spin. All right, here we go with the Indestructible Low Roller Roulette System by Mark Ganon. If you want to play with more, that's fine as well. You just have to use basic math skills and do the same thing with the starting bet as you do with the bankroll. And let's go up. So we're going to go from 2 to 4 on the second 12, and $1 up on each of the double streets. And I know that we do that with the original, but this is going to be a lot different, and you're going to find out why here in a second. That's a 3 red. Okay, so you can see we were up 10 and we lost that one. So we're going to go up 2 on second 12 and up $1 on the double streets. But let's once we have a win, I'll show you what happens differently with this system. And that's a loss on 0. So we go up again. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Up 2, up 1, and up 1. And let's go ahead and spin. That's a $16 total bet now. And here we go. That's a 13 black. All right, that's a jackpot number, one of those 6. That was a $32 win. Now we're in new session profit at $18, which means the highest level of profit since we started. So we go back to 2, 1, and 1, and I still haven't showed you what the difference is yet, because we'll get there very quickly, and then I'll explain it to you as we go through here. That is a 10 black, and that's a $2 win. We're up 20. So let's just rebet that and spin because we're in new session profit anytime we win with the first spin. And here we go, and you need to keep track of that number. Now we're at 20. So remember that, and we're going to increase. So up 2, up 1, and spin. And the one really cool thing about this is that $4 bet will work with most automated machines in a casino, and I see most people playing those machines. And this is a definite way you can do that. Up 2, up 1, and spin. So those are the ones like where you're sitting in a circle and the ball's falling without a live dealer. You should be able to use a $4 bet on those. Okay, we lost that one. So we go up again. Up 2, up 1, and up 1, and spin. Now we're at a $16 total bet. But remember, we were at 20. That's important. So that's an 8 black. Okay, we lost that one, and you can see we went from plus 20 to minus 20. Now we're going to go up 2, up 1, and up 1, and spin. And here we go. We just got to be patient, and the bankroll is a big key to this one. I know it seems pretty high for dollar units, but that's one of the secrets of this system, and that's a $10 win. Now you're going to find out what the difference is, and the difference is we're going to be going up 1 unit, or what we started with on each, whether we win or lose, until we're in session profit. So every single spin until we're in session profit, it's going to go up, and that's a loss there. So we're going to go up 2, up 1, and up 1, and spin. And this was originally sent in by one of my subscribers, Mike. It was called the 1027. So a big shout out to Mike, and thank you for sharing this system so that he was able to create this. And 1, 2, 1, and 1, and spin. And here we go. So that's a 3 red, and I believe that's another loss. So we're on a pretty big losing streak here, but that's okay, because I want you guys to see how this comes back, and we're going to increase whether we win or lose. And here we go. That's a 23 red. We finally got a win. Okay, that's a $72 win, but we're not in session profit. So we go up 2, and up 1, and up 1, and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 27 red. We'll take that $20 win. We're going to go up each time, whether we win or lose. Up 2, up 1, up 1, until we're in session profit. So here we go. A double 0. That doesn't help us too much, but that's okay. I want you guys to see how this does when things go poorly. Up 2, up 1, and spin at $48. That's an 18 red. We'll take a $24 win. We're at minus 22. We keep going up. 1, 2, 1, and spin. $52 total bet now. And that was a really bad start, but let's bring it back and make some money now, and that's a 10 black. Okay, that's a $26 win. We're up 4, up 2, up 1, and up 1 because we're not in session profit. And here we go. And that's a 14 red. All right, that's a good win, $112. Look at that, that's a jackpot. And now that's new session profit for sure. We're up $116 with dollar units. So we go back and we want to remember 116. That's our session profit level. Let's go ahead and spin, and here we go. That's an 11 black. That's a win. We're up 118. That's our new session profit level. And here we go. That's a 2 black, and that should be a loss. So we'll go up on each. That's up 2 on second 12, up 1 on the double streets. And spin. And again, originally this was the 1027 by Mike, and he modified this into what you're seeing here. And we're going to go up again. Up 2, up 1, up 1. Mark Ganon's the one that modified this into the Indestructible low roller roulette system, and that's another loss on 35 black. Okay, we're up 94 right now. Let's go up 2, up 1, and spin. This is a $1,000 bankroll system, which seems like a lot with dollar units, but that's part of his secret, is that you need that kind of bankroll in case everything goes haywire. And you need the time to recover. So 1, 2, 1, and 1. And he says this is the best ever. But remember, any system gets better when you have a smaller starting bet and a larger bankroll. Okay, that's another loss. So now we have a bunch of losses in a row. 1, 2, 1, and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 24 black. That's a jackpot, $48 win, but we're not in session profit. So we go up 2, up 1, and up 1. And spin. That's a 25 red. That's a $14 win. We're up 120. We'll go up again. 1, 2. 1 and 1. Let's go ahead and spin. That's a 6 black. That's a $32 loss. Let's go up 2. Up 1 and up 1.
No more bets.
Every spin, whether we win or lose. That's a win with a 16 red. We'll take an $18 win. We're up 106. We're going to go up 2. Up 1 and up 1. Now we have a $40 total bet. And that's a 27 red. That's a $20 win. We're up 126. We'll go up 2. Up 1 and up 1 and spin. That's a 4 black, and I think that's a loss. It is, so we will go up 2. Up 1 and up 1. We're currently up $82.
No more bets.
And this is a $48 total bet. That's a 24 black. And that's a $96 win. That's new session profit at $178. So we were patient and it paid off. We'll start again at $2 and $1. $1 on the double streets, $2 on the dozen. And that's a double zero. So that doesn't help us much. So we go up. But we're going up whether we win or lose. And remember, we were up 178. So let's go ahead and spin at $8 total bet now. And that's a 25 red. That's a $4 win. We're up 178. We go up 2, up 1 and up 1. $12 total bet. And that's a 13 black. That's a good one. It's a jackpot $24 win. We're up $202. So we go back to 2, 1, and 1 and start over. And here we go. That's good profit with dollar units. Does have a much higher bankroll, but that's what helps protect you. And according to Mark Ganon, and we're up 204. So let's go ahead and spin again, because that is new session profit if you win on the first spin. Because you have to have more if you win on the first spin, right? That's a 14 red. That's a jackpot, $8. We're up 212. Okay, let's rebet and spin again here. That's a 4 black. That's definitely a loss. So let's go up 2 and then up 1 and up 1. $8 total bet now, and we're about 11 minutes in out of 15 with the Indestructible Low Roller Roulette System by Mark Ganon. It was originally created the 1027 by one of my subscribers, Mike. And let's go up 2, up 1 and up 1. But Mark Ganon modified it to what you're seeing today. Which is what he's been doing all of his testing on. Excuse me, that's a 9 red. That's a loss. Up 2, up 1, and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 19 red. That's a win. All right, $8 win. We're up 196, but we're not in session profit, so we go up 2, up 1, and spin. That's an 8 black. We lost, so we go up 2, up 1, and up 1. If I can get the bet on there right. There we go, $24 total bet now. And that's a 27 red. That's a $12 win. We're up 188, up 2, up 1, and up 1, because we're increasing on wins and losses. And here we go. That's an 11 black. That's a $14 win. We're up 202. We'll keep increasing, up 2, up 1, and up 1. And now we're at a $32 total bet. And that's a 22 black. And that's a jackpot, $64. Now we're up $266. That's obviously new session profit, so we restart back to 2, 1, and 1. That's a $4 total bet. That's a 32 red. And we lost that one, so let's go up a unit on each, which is $2 on the dozen and $1 on the double streets. I think I might have forgot to go up on that one. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I did. That cost us a couple dollars. Sorry about that. We're up 266 though. Let's restart. And spin. And here we go. That's a 26 black. Okay, that's a win there. So that's new session profit at 268.
No more bets.
And let's spin. That's a 6 black. That's a loss. Okay, let's go up again. Again, we go up 2 on the dozen, up 1 on the double streets. We have a minute and a half left. And that's a 17. That's a win. It's a $4 win. We're up 268. And we'll go up 2, 1, and 1.
No more bets.
Until we're in new session profit. And that's a 22 black. That's a jackpot, 24 bucks. We're up 292, so we restart. 2, 1, and 1, and spin.
No more bets.
And so far, so good with what Mark Ganon's been telling us. But I want you guys to test this out as after we get done here, and let me know. That's another win there, and we're up 294.
No more
And
bets.
let me know what you guys think, what your testing results are. That's what this channel is all about, is testing these systems sent in by subscribers to in search of the best roulette system possible. And this is a wonderful community of people. So really smart people that love roulette.
No more bets.
And I love the search for the best roulette system every day. I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you are, please like, share, and subscribe because let's keep growing this community of people that absolutely love roulette. We're up 294 now. And we can reset. So we'll go back to 2, 1, and 1.
No more
And
bets.
spin. And actually, this is our last spin. We're right at the 15-minute mark. And that's a 10 black. All right. And made $296 with just dollar units in 15 minutes with the Indestructible Low Roller Roulette System by Mark Ganon, which he created off of a system that was called the 1027 from one of my subscribers, Mike. Thank you, Mike, for sending that in. And thank you, Mark Ganon, for modifying it into this fantastic system. And let me know what you guys think down in the comments as usual. And send your systems in just like Mark did to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. And if you haven't checked out my new channel, The Baccarat Master, if you like Baccarat, definitely check it out. And if not, just stay right here and watch roulette. And if you like both, you can watch both. But whatever you like, and it's the same thing as the Roulette Master. People are sending their systems in. We test them out. And in the search for the best system possible, and it's a lot of fun as well. And hope you're enjoying everything. And this is the Roulette Master. And have a great day, everybody.
No more bets.